Hey everyone, it's Dr. Jeff LaCure, and you know what time it is. It's time for your wake-up call. And I think I got a special 2 or 3-parter for you that will start today. Over the last few weeks, we've talked about the 7 C's of a successful relationship, the 3 T's of a successful relationship. And as promised last time we got together, when I talked about if you do these 3 things in 2026, you're almost guaranteed to have a great 2026. And just to review, eat well, train well, and be social. And at the very end of last week, I mentioned to you as part of being social, it's time to up your game. It's time to inspire your relationship. It's time to maybe save your relationship. And if you're not currently in a romantic relationship, and I hear some of you cheering right now, this information that I'm about to present could really help you get into a wonderful relationship. And I know you're all thinking to yourself, what's Dr. Jeff going to present today that's going to be relationship transformative? That if I'm single, it's going to help me find a better relationship. If I'm already in a committed relationship, how's his information today going to help me spark my relationship, continue some fire in the relationship? Well, that's right. You know what we're going to talk about. You know what I'm going to present. Hide the kids, hide the cat, hide crazy Aunt Agnes. We all have one. Her name might not be Agnes, but we all have one. This is not for her ears. We're going to talk about how to have amazing, truly amazing physical intimacy with your partner. And as you know, as a shrink, as a marriage and family counselor for a number of years, I've worked with a lot of singles and a lot of couples around that very aspect of creating a relationship that has a tremendous, fulfilling physical intimacy. And in order to do it, before we sort of get into the nuts and bolts of physical intimacy, and a lot of you go, I don't need to watch, I already know what I'm doing. That's not it. And if you don't think you need to watch this, you definitely do. Let's just put that out there right now. But I wanted today, in part 1, I really want to highlight for you a lot of the specifics before you even get into a relationship that help ensure that once you decide to become physically intimate with each other, that you're really doing so in a way that's so exciting and builds closeness, builds trust, and quite frankly, just feels so good mentally, emotionally, and physically. And so really the first tip that I give you, and it may seem so obvious, but a lot of you either overlook it or you deprioritize it and you're already setting yourself up for failure. And really the very first part of a great physically intimate relationship is to be really physically and emotionally attracted to your partner. I want to repeat that. It's really important. There's no other way. It doesn't work. You need to be physically attracted to your partner. When he or she walks into the room, minus that, hey, I'm working from home, homeless look. That was my special wink for a very special person. Minus that. When your partner walks into the room, I hope you feel a little bit of a charge, like, wow, yay me. You got to be physically attracted to them. And the second, and not in any particular order, you really have to be emotionally attracted. And to be emotionally attracted to somebody, you have to have a trust, right? There has to be a connection. There has to be a mutual respect. And I think this gets lost all the time. You actually have to like each other, like really like each other, right? And so my sense is, as a shrink, that couples or people that have physical activities who are sexual with each other without the emotional connection. Can it still feel good physically? Yes, but it doesn't really get to that peak level of pure enjoyment. It really doesn't. All right, so one-nighters and all that other stuff, hey, if you're consenting, so be it, right? And those could be exciting, they could be fun, but they're not necessarily fulfilling in the long term. So it's really important, it's critical. There has to be a profound and a powerful and a passionate emotional connection. And before you can even get there, before we can even get to the emotional connection, you have to be physically attracted to each other. So part of what I'm going to do is highlight what's not attractive. Let me repeat that. Part of what I'm going to do at the beginning is highlight for you what's not attractive. So I'll start with the guys, right? Wear black work socks to bed. You're not attractive. Wear really loose-fitting boxer shorts to bed. You're not physically attractive. I don't care what your body looks like. That's just not attractive. Wear tighty-whities to bed. I don't care how good you look. That's not attractive. Wear your Tom Brady hoodie or t-shirt to bed with boxers and black socks, and you wonder, why doesn't my wife want to be physically intimate with me? Look at yourself in the mirror wearing that spectacular outfit, black socks, loose-fitting boxers, and a Tom Brady sweatshirt, and ask yourself, would I be attracted to me? And the answer is hell no. So act like you care. I promise you, when you were dating men, you cared more about how you looked. You cared more about wanting to look attractive to your partner. And the same is true for ladies. It just is, right? You come to bed in black socks, those really heavy, thick ones, and then say, well, it's cold. Okay, deal. Come to bed wearing yoga pants. Come to bed wearing baggy, those sort of cottony wool jammies. Really comfortable. Don't get me wrong. I mean, if you want to have a good sleep, feel free. But put them on after you fool around. And then don't put on a hoodie, right? You might as well, both of you, as men and women, if you're dressing like that to come to bed, you might as well have a big sign on your chest. I don't care. I've taken you for granted. I'm not that interested in being physically intimate with you, because that's what it says. Now, I know you're going, how do you know that's what it says? Because communication is 65% nonverbal. 35% of communication is what we say. 65% is the tone, how we say it, and how we look saying it. Well, when you wear I don't care clothes to bed, no one's attracted to you. No one's attracted to you. You might get lucky once, maybe by mistake, but keep doing that and no one's going to be attracted to you. I'm telling you, point blank, I can't tell you the amount of couples I've worked with where if they just change the attire, right, that they come to bed in, there's a greater likelihood that really nice things happen. The other thing is, and yes, I have it right here, I hate this device. Hate it. Well, I despise it. I guess hate's a strong word because sometimes it's really effective. Bring this to bed and then call me and let me know how wonderful your physical, intimate life is. Seriously, bring a cell phone to bed. Scroll your social media. Seriously, do this. Do this. And make the social media face, and I love the fingers. The fingers. Yes, look, I'll show you from the side. Look at the fingers. Yes, and the looking at all that. Looking at my TikTok videos, not a sponsor. Checking my Instagram because my Instagram friends are more important than my husband and wife. Look, I'm on Facebook, right? I'm posting a reel of me making fish lips because that's more important than my husband or wife. You bring a phone to bed, your nonverbal message is, My social media is more important than you. I'm going to repeat that. Bring your phone to bed and you have told your partner, I'm not attracted to you. And please don't make excuses. If you make excuses, you got bigger problems than you probably realize. Leave your phone in the kitchen. Don't even bring it in the bedroom. You're not even tempted. And then fool around and go out to the kitchen and grab your phone. Hell, call a friend. Wow, my love life got a lot better because I'm making better decisions. I actually care about how I look. Here's the other thing. I'm not trying to body shame. Please no. I'm a lot of things, but I'm never here to body shame at all. And I'm also honest and transparent. Let yourself go. Men and women, let yourself go. Seriously. I want you to look back on photos of when you started dating. I want you to look back on photos when you first got married. And yes, guys, I get it. It's different for women, especially if they've had children. I get it. They may not have the same figure they had when they were married. However, that doesn't mean you let yourself go. That's not what it means. And so we are biologically attracted to physically fit, healthy people as men and women. And yet now we know, just came out, man, our country's in real trouble when it comes to obesity. Over 50% of all adults meet the physical requirement of obesity in this country, and it's estimated by 2035, 2/3 of Americans will be obese. Again, I'm not body shaming, but unless you have a fetish, and we can talk about that on a different podcast at a different time, fat's not sexy. A man who looks 8 months pregnant is not sexy. It's not sexy. It's not attractive. A man who can't see, and I hate this word. It was clearly invented by an angry woman. But a guy who can't see his penis because his stomach extends out over, that's not sexy. That doesn't give your partner a vibe when you show up in a white tank top with your stomach out to here. You know what it says? I don't care enough about you, and I don't care enough about me to at least have myself in somewhat of a healthy. I'm not saying you got to be jacked. I'm not saying you got to be ripped. But you can't come to bed as a man looking 8 months pregnant. The nonverbal message is, I don't care. And women are attracted genetically and culturally to men who care. Men who care about their appearance. You do not have to look like Tom Brady. I hate you, Tom. You don't have to look like a fashion model. Or you don't have to look like you're on the cover of GQ, not a sponsor. But you do have to look like you care, like you do the most with what you have. So show up to bed, men, 8 months pregnant, black socks, tighty-whities or loose-fitting boxers, and a Tom Brady t-shirt. And ask yourself, would you be physically intimate with you? And the answer is a hard no. God, I hope this resonates with so many of you, because the more fit you are, your libido goes up. The more attracted you feel more attractive, and your partner feels that. Ladies, again, I have to say it. The same is true for you. The same is true for you. When your guy started dating you, you put in the effort. You didn't show up on date night with I don't care hair, right? You did things that accentuate those wonderful parts of who you are. Hell, I tell you, if it was culturally appropriate and culturally accepted, men would be wearing makeup too. We just got to count on Mother Nature for that one, right? Trust me, if I could be in this studio all made up back in the day when I was on nationally syndicated talk shows, they put studio makeup on me, made me look 10 years younger. And I was already young, but it was really cool. But it's not culturally accepted. Most dudes aren't going to wear like makeup. Culturally accepted for women to wear some makeup. If you choose not to, that's your dance, your dime. And some of you are just so naturally attractive. But I will tell you, makeup done in the right way accentuates your beauty and your attractiveness. And very few women walk down the aisle sans makeup, sans hair done right. And since I've been blessed to find an amazing woman to get married to and go dress shopping with her and watch other women do the trying on, including my girlfriend, they care about what they look like. Well, you got to care more than just one day, ladies. You got to care every day. Every single day, men and women. You want to try to look really good for your partner. But you don't. I see you on Friday and Saturday night. Why do I see you on Friday and Saturday night? Because I go out almost every Friday and Saturday night with my fiance. We date night it. And we date night ready. We call it ta-da. Right? She usually gets ready first, kind of hides so I can't see her. It's a little game we play. And then I get ready and I hide so she can't see me. And then we go ta-da, and she shows me how amazing she looks with an outfit that she feels great in, hair looking awesome. God, she's got great hair. And then I put on something that I hope she likes, that I feel really good in, and we ta-da. And I watch all the couples out there. It's so rare. Now, we're not always going to five-star restaurants, but we're going out. And the amount of couples I see where the woman has I don't care hair and a hoodie on. Yeah, her guy is going, oh my God, I can't wait to get home because of that I don't care hair. And then the dude is wearing a hat, right? A Tonka hat, a Red Bull hat. Not a sponsor. A Mountain Dew hat. I saw that one the other day. What woman, right, isn't just finds a Mountain Dew hat and a dude wearing it? Irresistible. Boy, you showed a lot of creativity, dude, when you put your hat, your baseball hat on, right? And a flannel shirt and loose-fitting jeans and a steel-toed boot. Boy, are you sending out the message that I'm really attracted to you. You're both sending out a message that I don't care. It's up to you. If you don't care, your love life doesn't care. Not one of you, I challenge anybody to challenge me, who has a great physical intimacy life, a great sex life, who is dressing like I just described. It's not happening. It's not happening. And you know what I love? And this is going to sound egotistical. I don't care. You know what I love? When we go out for date night, I see men and women notice my fiance. Why? Because she's naturally pretty. 2, she has a presence. And 3, she tries. Well, she doesn't try, she succeeds. She looks great. Not wearing a foolish hoodie and I don't care hair and Uggs, slippers, Crocs. Neither of those a sponsor. Neither of them look good on anybody, especially guys. Dudes, stop wearing Crocs. I've seen dudes wearing Crocs on date night, right? She gets noticed. She doesn't even notice because she's so into what we're doing, but I see it. And we get noticed. You know why? Because we're never on our phones. We sit facing each other all the time. We're holding hands all the time. Every now and then we sneak a kiss in all the time. And we flirt. We have what we almost call, it's almost like pre-foreplay in an interesting way, quite frankly, because we share with each other how nice we think each other looks and how attracted we are to each other and how wonderful the outfit or any of it is. And it's genuine, right? They're honest compliments. And even me, yep, I notice that I get noticed. And I'm not getting noticed because I got a stupid hat on and loose-fitting jeans and I'm 7 months pregnant. I get noticed because I still care about how I look. It's not the end-all be-all. Obviously, it's more important who we are. But it's also okay to look okay. It's okay to care. And you are not going to have wonderful physical intimacy if one or both of you have stopped caring. So fascinating. And again, I'll throw this out. You know me, I'm a social scientist. I know this stuff. I know the research. Take a look at what women typically over 60 do. You know what they do. It's a non-verbal statement to the world. You know what a lot of women over 60 do, and certainly over 70, and you got a lot of good years left, and you still look good. You get a little boy haircut. What are you thinking? I know it's easier to maintain. I know it's less, or it's more convenient, right? You almost just towel dry and there it is. Doesn't look good. No dude 65 wants to be with a woman 60, period, right? Different podcast. But if a 65-year-old dude is with a 65-year-old woman and she's got a little boy haircut, that's a one meet and done. Look at how many women as they age start looking more and more like a dude because they change how they dress. They start dressing like a dude, or they wear old school turtlenecks. Don't do that. That died in 1982. And they get a haircut that looks like a guy. God, I should embed all these photos because some of you are going, I can't believe you're saying that. My mother or grandmother doesn't do that. Yes, she does. You know what that haircut looks like, right? I'll tell you, the one thing I notice about anybody on a date is whether I feel like they tried or not. And I'll tell you, no matter how they look, if they tried, I know that couple's got a shot. Right? If they did the most with what they have, they got a shot. If they walk into the room like they own it, they got a shot. I love that. But most people on date night order a high caloric food with French fries, right? You really want to turn a guy on? I'm being sarcastic. Eat a bunch of French fries and put garlic sauce on it. Oh, what a wonderful smell that is for kissing. But back to the point. I have given you some strong visuals. Great sex, physical intimacy starts before. You have to be attracted to each other. You have to be emotionally attracted to each other. And then there's this wonderful, oh man, I love this. There's this X factor in attraction, and it's a chemistry. There's a chemistry. You all know it. Well, I shouldn't say you all know it because not all of you have met that person, right? But a lot of pheromones, as I've talked about, right, leak out right here, particularly for women. And then men, our nostrils, right, we smell it. We almost don't realize it, right? But there's a chemical reaction to people beyond just our visual. And when you have it, it's profound. When you have it, you feel high. And you can't fake it. So if you're really physically attracted to someone, and then there's that chemical thing, oh my God, it's unreal. And that's how the human body was designed, believe it or not. We're supposed to secrete pheromones so that people become attracted to us. And I'm going to say it again. I've said it in numerous podcasts. To all my sisters out there, men fall in love with their eyes. We're not sexist. We're not short-sighted. We're not idiots. We're not jerks. Yes, we believe the emotional, the intelligence, all of that, the personality is critically important. But we will not give you a chance to demonstrate how smart you are, how wonderful you are, how humorous you are, how confident you are if you are not attractive. End of story. And I'm not saying you got to look like a fashion model. Hell, most fashion models don't look like fashion models, but thanks to cameras, makeup, and other things, they do, right? They have certain, I'm not saying some of them aren't naturally pretty, but you got to be 6 feet tall, you got to weigh less than 120. There's a lot of genetic things going on. You got to have a certain face, right? A lot of times you'll see a fashion model with no makeup and you go, wouldn't even thought twice. So there's a lot of factors involved. But just so you know, and that never goes away, ladies, it never goes away. Your partner needs to have a crush on you for life. Your partner needs to see you and be like, oh my God, yay me. It doesn't have to be every minute. It doesn't have to be every hour. It doesn't even need to be every day. You don't have to be A game every day, but you got to have some A game, ladies. You have to care about how you look. We fall in love with our eyes. End of story. It's in our DNA. It's in our genetics. And like I said at the beginning, you cared about how you looked on your wedding day. You wanted to look your best. Some of you, as a matter of fact, even went on a diet. Not that I recommend that, right? I don't recommend stuff like that. Diet, right? Eat well. But I don't know about diet, right? But you cared about how you looked on your wedding day. You went out and got really cool outfits for your honeymoon. Imagine if you kept that spirit alive in your marriage or in your long-term relationship. Gentlemen, one of the biggest mistakes you make is when your partner, your fiance, your girlfriend, your long-term relationship, your wife does put in the effort, you don't even say anything. Look in the dictionary under the word fool, and there's your photo, guys. When she does put in the effort, you have to acknowledge it. You got to let her know. You got to remind her how excited you are to show her off, how proud you are to be with her. Yes, guys, part of our role isn't just to fall in love with our eyes. Part of our role is to make her feel like she's the most beautiful woman in the world, in the room, in your eyes, and you stop doing that. How's she supposed to be attracted to you when she doesn't think you're attracted to her? So it's a two-way street, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies, you got to try. Put in the effort. Be cute. Stay cute. Live cute. Not 24/7, but you got to do it. And guys, you have to acknowledge it. Absolutely acknowledge it. And I ask every couple or single watching this, when's the last time you were date night ready and you did a ta-da for your partner? Let me be clear what a ta-da is. You get ready. They don't see you until you're fully ready, shoes and everything, and then they see you for the first time at that moment. Ta-das. You know what a ta-da really is? It's pre-foreplay. It's like we're going to the gym, we're going out to dinner, we're going to a comedy show, and I almost want to cancel all three because you look that good. That's what a ta-da is. You want to have better physical intimacy, you start having some ta-das. Speaking of ta-das, this is the end of part 1. Ta-da of how to have a very meaningful and passionate and powerful relationship involving passionate and exciting and enjoyable and quite honestly, fun physical intimacy, right? Building that connection. It builds such a wonderful bond. In part 2, I'm going to talk a little bit more about what I just described to you today, a little casual review, and then I'm going to talk about sort of the moment of, right? The moment of. I'll give you an example of what I'll be talking about. The best lovers are confident. Here's what I mean. The best lovers are confident. They know what they're doing. And they're great communicators. We'll be talking about that because sex is really just another form of communication. A very unique form of communication, thank you, God, but it's a wonderful communication, right? But the best lovers are great communicators. They can tell you what they want, what they don't, what feels good, what doesn't. I'm comfortable with this, but I'm not comfortable with that. Wow, when you did that, I love it. I call it the recap, and we'll talk about that in parts 2 or part 3. But back to the point, confident lovers are really good lovers because they feel good about themselves. They feel good about what they're bringing to the table. And confident lovers' top priority is the pleasure, both physically, emotionally, spiritually, and intellectually, for their partner. And imagine if you're with a partner who's a confident lover and he or she's top priority is how you feel good. Wow, you put that together. What a wonderfully beautiful and powerful and profound dynamic. Hopefully, I've opened the door and given you a little hope today. Next time we meet, I want to give you a lot of hope. Until then, this has been the Wake Up Call. And I'm your favorite shrink, or at least in the top 10. I'm Dr. Jeff LaCure. I'll see you real soon.